I'll show you how to do a battery replacement on a Harley-Davidson Low Rider S, and this one's a 2016 model, but I believe most of the batteries are the same in the later models as well, so this will all be relevant for you. Hope it helps if you can pick something up. With the batteries, you should get somewhere around 5 years out of them. This one's now 6 years old and starting to show signs of deterioration. So with the Harley-Davidson batteries, they are made for Harley-Davidsons. They're made to handle the shake, the rattle, the vibration. Another good thing with the Harley-Davidson batteries is the lugs, the mounting points here, they're flush with the outside of the battery. So when you put your terminals on, you get full contact on that whole surface area. And that's what you want when you're trying to get those big starter motors to push those cylinders going. Genuine Harley-Davidson battery. We paid $265 for this one. The tools you need for the job, you need a 4mm Allen key, small screwdriver, flat blade, and a 10mm socket. That should be about all you need. You need to remove this cover here, and in behind here is where your fuses are. If you don't pull the fuse and disarm the alarm will go off, and I guarantee you it is very loud. You'll have dogs coming from all over the countryside. To remove this cover, there's just a clip underneath. Not sure if you can see that or not. Just prise it up with your fingers. You can do it with one hand. Slightly pull the bottom out, and just a little bit of upwards pressure, and off it comes, and there you have it. So here you can see the fuses. You've got your main fuse here, and on this particular bike, the Low Rider S, it's a 40 amp fuse. Now you might think you can just pull that out, but you can't. You need to push it in a little bit, lift it up, because it's located in a little lug there. So you need to lift it up, and then you can loosen it out here. Once you have it in the loose position, you need to get this cover off to expose the fuse. That'll require 2 hands to get these clips off and remove the cover. So just using the small screwdriver, you can put a slight bit of pressure on those little tabs. Just go easy on them, you don't need to force them. One on either side. Just make sure they're off. Once you get the clips undone, just a matter of sliding it out, and there you have your fuse in there. So there you can see 40 amp fuse, just a blade fuse. That'll be the one you'll be removing. What you need to do though is make sure you've got your fob. Just sit it on the seat, and that way it'll disarm the alarm when you turn the ignition on. So make sure you turn the ignition on. On the Low Rider S, just turn the ignition on the handlebars. Once you've got power and your fob is there, you can then remove the fuse. Simple as that. No alarm, no noise, and no dogs from the neighbours. You need to remove this cover on the right hand side of the bike, and that's where under there, I'll just get down there if I can show you there, that's where your Allen key bolt is. Some people say you need to remove the seat, but I find if you just give it a bit of a wiggle, slight pressure upwards, it comes off there quite easy. So I'll see if I can show you that. Undo the bolt. Just be careful not to drop it anywhere. And that's just a matter of slightly pulling it out at the bottom and then lifting it gently on the top to apply a little bit of pressure up, and it'll come off. Slightly lift it out the bottom and up, and away it comes. Easy as that. And now you always disconnect the negative first, followed by your positive lead. And you can see here how the terminals are flush with the side of the battery, like I mentioned earlier on the Harley-Davidson batteries. Just remember which leads you've got on there. You might have a trickle charger or battery charger hooked up to it. Careful not to lose anything. 2 leads there, another main one for the bike. Gently move those out of the way. Then you need to undo your rubber strap. Pull that to the side. You should be able to slip the battery out. Taking a bit of care with the cables. No damage to the cables. And there you have it. One battery out of the way. Let's get the new battery. Just do everything in reverse. Slide it in. Just position your cables where they need to go. Check their positions. Should all be fine there. And just put everything back together. Put all your positive terminals on first. Just check their position. It needs to be nice and firm, not over tight. You don't want to strip anything. And then we put the negative ones on. Again, just firm, not over tight. Put your strap back on. There you have it. So then it's just a matter of testing out whether the battery will work and whether your connections are good. Just get the fob. I just set the fob on there or in your pocket or wherever. All good, nice positive contact with the battery. Starter motor was nice and fast. All good, job done.